Welcome back to my channel. Let's check out how to do well against the Shadow of Ambition level 9.
7k dreamer please.
Do remember to like and subscribe to my channel if this video helps. So let us begin with the run. You start off with Phoenix. Phoenix will help to reduce the damage from the dragon, and do note that this dragon, Shadow Ambition, has evasion 100%, so you won't be able to do any damage until you remove his evasion, which is actually 3 turns only. So that's why Rudy's single target skill comes in very handy over here. Okay, and Rudy is used because he buffs your team's defense and also gives your whole team 1 void shield with his top skill. So after that, we'll be using Blaze to pump up Aragon's awakening skill and use the awakening skill immediately once it is ready. Followed by this will be just amplifying your physical attack with Hayong because there's no physical attack buffer in this team. And then after that is purely just spamming Totem 10. So this is the maximum damage that I can get with all my traits, with Karam, with my, Taka being fully equipped, okay? So now I'll be explaining the dragon skills. For Shadow Quake, it is a very damage heavy skill because it does damage based on your HP. The higher a hero's HP, the more damage it will deal. So next will be the Shadow Breath. It is a very damaging skill such that it actually reduces your physical attack by 80%. Okay, but don't worry, before the 4-minute mark, even if Breath reduces your physical attack by 80%, you can still bypass that with Hayong's buff. Okay, so you can just focus on spamming Hayong's buff and then focusing on spamming Totem 10s. Because Hayong's buff will push your physical attack to the maximum amplification, which is 200%. So this, as you can see, is what happens when your physical attack is down by 80% and you don't have the Hayong buff. Okay, so now I'm using Hayong's buff to push it back up. So this actually kind of counteracts the decrease in physical attack. So later on, as you can see over here, I still can do 1 million, 1.38 million. So that shows that Hayong's buff can actually help you to push against the reduction in physical attack. So now that the dragon has hit his turn 2, you need to slowly start to be careful of the damage it's dealing to your team. Okay, so if it starts to get too much to handle, then you have to start to adopt a defensive strategy, and this is usually, okay, from what I have been observing, near the 4-minute mark, which is kind of like now. So I opted to heal because I don't think, I just want to play very safely. So I just want to let you guys know that this is actually only my 6th to 7th try in this boss. I've never ever fought against Shadow Ambition before until the day before this video was published. Okay, so I'm playing very defensively. If you guys who are very good at this dragon have a much more aggressive strategy, then feel free to share it. So as you can see here, after the 4-minute mark, I'm starting to do a more defensive method of playing. Basically, in between each attack of the Shadow Ambition, I am using a shield. So I will definitely get 0 damage from that particular next attack that is coming on. Okay, and usually I tend to use Hayong's Requiem of Light after he uses his breath. And I will then use Rudy's shield top skill after he uses his Quake. So bear that in mind. So the strategy right now is basically, trying to keep my Taka's attack amplification as high as possible. Okay, so as you can see here, he uses his Quake. I will get ready with Rudy's top skill. So this defense preparation will give me 1 void shield to go to face Shadow Breath. Okay, so once Shadow Breath is used and my physical attack is being decreased by the debuff, I will use Hayong's healing skill to remove the reduction in physical attack. Okay, so it also helps to remove the physical reduction on top of giving you 1 void shield. And then I will use her top skill to buff Taka, and this will help to maintain my totem 10s at 1.38 million. So I have to tell you that this match is very long. If you get very good RNG, okay, and you have, you know, very responsive fingers, then you can potentially go really far in this match, and yeah, maybe even go all the way to 40% damage or something. Okay, so I'm repeating my strategy here. So yeah, I forgot to mention that once the dragon hits his turn 3, you have to cast Phoenix. Or you just have to maintain your eyes on that the top debuff icons. You see that the Phoenix one is already down to its last turn. So basically when I hit my turn 6, I need to cast Phoenix again, otherwise I'll be in huge trouble. I think you guys get the point of the shielding in between attacks now, if you watch along, if you made it this far into the video. So the part about RNG being not very good is that sometimes when you have your shield up and then the dragon does an additional speed attack on your hero and gets rid of that shield, and the next incoming attack, your hero will be totally bare and naked to that attack, and that can potentially kill your hero, because at this point of the run, his offense, okay, his damage output is super high, so every little shield on your hero counts. And that is also why, as you will see later, if you look at hero equipments, that all your heroes should be equipped with evasion, and it is best if you have your evasion substats at 34%, because you want as much evasion as possible so that you can evade all these attacks, and sometimes it can even help to protect your shield. Like in this case, my Aragon actually evaded the breath, and he only got hit by the normal speed attack. So as you can see right now, my skill cooldown for my shields and versus the Shadow Ambitions skill cooldown, there's gonna be a discrepancy, and sometimes that will be the crux. Okay, that will be the period where you have to pay a lot of attention to your skill cooldown, and hopefully it all falls in place very nicely. And partially it's also because my Hayoung doesn't have a skill cooldown jewel. I would strongly recommend that you give her a skill cooldown jewel over here for this against this boss, because you're gonna use her skills a lot. So this is the discrepancy I'm talking about. He uses breath now, but my Hayoung's Requiem of Light is not ready, so I have to use defense preparation for the shield instead. And then hence my removal of the reduction in physical attack is going to be slightly delayed, and this actually will kind of affect, because now you aren't able to remove the reduction in time. Okay, so there may be some of your damage output will drop for this period shortly. But thankfully, due to Aragon's speed attack, I get it back, but my Aragon dies. And this is the unfortunate part whereby my Aragon didn't have a shield ready while my whole team did. So that was what I meant by pretty much, that's the RNG aspect of this against this boss, and in fact I think against all the other dragons as well, because you just never know when they're gonna hit you with an additional attack, and if you are going to even take it or miss it, avoid it, evade it. So from this point on, it's really just sustaining my score, trying to get as high as I can with what I have. And of course, without Aragon's cooldown, the shielding is also going to get tougher against the Shadow of Ambition skills. So this is the final blow, and this is my score, 341 million. I think it's pretty high for this boss, so I hope the video has helped you. So on to Masteries. For your Masteries, I have labeled all the important Masteries you need to take note. Especially on page 4, you have to flip 115 to the top one because the Shadow Ambition is an offensive hero. Next we move on to Taka, double lethal, double HP, will rigor with critical damage. Over here you want him to have skill cooldown, and also your trait have to be against offensive heroes. And then for Aragon, double speed, double counter, willfully with evasion. These are his jewels. Increase awakening gauge, super important. Lifesteal is also very important. And also for his traits, you want to have reduced damage received from offensive heroes. Then we have Rachel, double speed but lower speed and double HP, willfully with evasion as well. PV defense and increase awakening gauge, lifesteal, and then her trait also reduce less damage from offensive heroes, enemies. So for Rudy, double speed but also lower speed, double HP. For his accessory, evasion is the key one. For his jewels, I actually gave him lifesteal, PV defense, and chance to survive on 1 HP. No traits for this. Of course, it will be better if you can give him reduced damage received from offensive as well. So for High on double speed, double HP, willful evasion, over here her jewel I strongly recommend skill cooldown instead, and also for traits reduce damage received from offensive heroes. So yep, that is all I have for this video. I really hope it helped you and your guild in conquering Shadow Ambition. It is the first dragon on the list on level 9 guild raid. Okay, so if it did, do give this video a like and do subscribe to my channel for more future guild raid guides. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.